Hello teachers, parents, and kids. Welcome to Wonder Kids Academy. Jesus before Pilate, a Bible story for kids. Long ago, in the city of Jerusalem, early in the morning, the sky was still pale and quiet when a group of men led Jesus to the palace of the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. The crowd was loud and angry, shouting that Jesus should be punished. They said he called himself a king, and they wanted Pilate to stop him. Pilate stepped out before the people, wearing his grand robe, and looked at Jesus, who stood calmly, his hands bound, his face peaceful, even though everyone around him shouted and accused him. Pilate had judged many men before, but there was something different about Jesus. He could see that Jesus was not like the others. There was no fear, no hate, no anger in his eyes, only quiet strength and love. Please take a second to like our video. This helps the algorithm so that other boys and girls can also watch the Bible stories you're enjoying. Now, back to our video. Pilate asked the people, "What has this man done?" The crowd shouted back, "He has done wrong. He says he is the king of the Jews." Pilate turned to Jesus and asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus looked at him kindly and said, "You say so." Pilate frowned. He did not understand. He asked again, "Are you truly a king?" And Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to keep me from being handed over, but my kingdom is not from here." Pilate was surprised. He had never heard words like these. This man spoke of a kingdom of truth, not of soldiers or swords. Pilate said, "So you are a king then?" Jesus replied softly, "You say that I am a king. I was born for this reason, to tell the world about the truth. Everyone who loves the truth listens to me." Pilate looked at him thoughtfully and said, "What is truth?" But Jesus stayed silent, and the room grew still. Pilate felt uneasy. He turned to the priests and the crowd and said, "I find no reason to punish this man." The crowd roared louder, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" Pilate's heart was troubled. He didn't want to hurt Jesus, but he was afraid of the angry people. They shouted that Jesus called himself the Son of God, and Pilate began to wonder if this truly might be someone sent from heaven. He brought Jesus back inside the palace and asked him again, "Where do you come from?" But Jesus did not answer. Pilate said, "Don't you know that I have the power to release you or to crucify you?" Then Jesus looked at Pilate with gentle eyes and said, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above." Those words made Pilate tremble inside. He wanted to set Jesus free, but the crowd outside kept shouting louder, "If you let him go, you are no friend of Caesar." Pilate knew he could not stop them all, so he walked out to the crowd again, took water in a bowl, and washed his hands in front of everyone. He said, "I am innocent of this man's blood." But the people shouted, "Let his blood be on us and our children." Pilate sighed deeply. He ordered the soldiers to take Jesus away. They dressed him in a purple robe, placed a crown made of thorns on his head, and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" Jesus stood silently, never angry, never fighting back. Even though he was in pain, Pilate looked at him and said to the crowd, "Here is your king." But they shouted, "Take him away, crucify him." At last, Pilate gave in to their demands. He handed Jesus over to be crucified. The soldiers led him away, carrying a heavy wooden cross. As Jesus walked, the people watched. Some cried, some mocked, but Jesus prayed quietly for them, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Even though Pilate had the power to free Jesus, he was afraid of the people, and even though the crowd was angry, Jesus still loved them all. He knew this was part of God's plan to save the world. Through the pain and the unfairness, Jesus showed courage, kindness, and forgiveness. His calm before Pilate taught everyone a lesson that still lives today. That truth and love are stronger than fear, that peace is greater than anger, and that God's plan always brings light, even in the darkest moments. And so, children, when you think of Jesus before Pilate, remember that even when people were unkind, Jesus stayed calm and brave. He trusted God completely. He chose love over hate and truth over fear. That day was not the end of his story. It was only the beginning of the greatest story of hope. The story that still fills hearts with love today. The story of Jesus, who stood before Pilate with peace in his heart and showed the whole world what true strength really means. Thank you for watching this Wonder Kids Academy video, and I hope you all have a happy and healthy day. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel for more fun and educational videos designed especially for preschoolers and young kids. And see you in our next video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more interesting videos like this. Please also visit us at www.wonderkidsacademy.info and see more of what we are all about. Thanks again for watching our video.